What's up guys, Ben Mears TV back again with another video. Today we're going to be discussing John Cena's retirement tour, the good and the very bad stages of it. So let's get into it. So for me, overall, the retirement tour was a flop. There was some good moments, there was a lot more bad moments, especially for me. The first one is the amount of dates. Obviously, with the news coming out that John Cena wanted more dates, I think TKO absolutely dropped the ball with it. They could have had 170-ish more dates, wasn't it? So that, for me, is the first major red flag of the whole retirement tour, you know. There was so much more they could have done, more matches. I think the heel turn was an absolute mess. So let's dive into that one now. So the heel turning concept was maybe one of the best things the WWE could have done with the retirement tour and made it quite interesting. But they messed it up completely, you know. They had The Rock and Travis Scott in there. What was fine at the time, but I assume there was plans to have The Rock and Travis involved throughout it all. But The Rock never shown up. And Travis showed up once at Mania and it felt off. So that was the first mistake. And I feel they wasted a load of matches with him as a heel. You know, we had the CM Punk match, what was good at Night of Champions. We had the Randy Orton match at Backlash. You know, they were good matches, but everything around his heel turn just felt off. It didn't feel natural. And it just was a missed opportunity. I know we had the R-Truth match. There was so much more they could have done, you know, but it just felt rushed. It felt wrong. And it just felt unnatural. It was just a mess of a heel turn. That's the only word I can really say for it, if I'm being honest. You know, if he was there more often, the heel turn would have worked. But it was the first half of his run, let's say, and it put a whole damper on the retirement tour. They did kind of sacrifice it. It's what I'm going to go into in a minute. But, you know, the heel turn all the way up until SummerSlam losing to Cody, was amazing. Like, poor. It was amazing when he turned back to face, because that felt like John Cena. Obviously, it's the John Cena we love him now, but everything up until that point just felt, it just felt wrong. It didn't feel like they planned it out. It felt like it was a viral moment they wanted, and then everything else was kind of their afterthought. So let's get into his face turn. So the face run, this is where the retirement tour picked back up completely, and it just got so much better. So he lost to Super Cody, and Brock came out on that night, setting up Cena versus Brock Lesnar for WrestlePalooza. When he turned back to being face, it felt real. It felt he could do what he wanted. The matches were more fun. You know, there was more. He could do face versus face. He could go against the big bad heels. And obviously, he became a Grand Slam champion with it. And for me, it was too little too late to call the retirement tour a success, because overall, I think it was a flop. There was so much more they could have done. I had such high hopes for it as soon as I heard it get announced. Obviously, his match against AJ Styles is an all-time classic now already. Like, that match was amazing. Genuinely one of the best matches of recent history, is what I can think of. And again, his match with Logan Paul at Clash in Paris, being there live to see it, that was an amazing match. The arena, you know, that's what the retirement tour should have been about. Putting on banger matches and putting over people. Not exactly losing, but having banger matches to put people over, like he did with Logan Paul. Because look at the levels that Logan has gone to. Well, he was always going to get to them, but the Cena rub has helped that. So overall, the retirement tour was a fail, yes. And there were other things that they could have done. Now, I don't hate the idea of other superstars going into a retirement tour. I would love an AJ Styles one, but I don't think he will. You know, a Randy Orton retirement tour. Superstars we love, superstars we've seen for ages and who deserve that retirement tour. I think that it can work. I think they will learn from the Cena one where they've made all these mistakes. But yeah, and touching on the way he went out, now I've had a couple of weeks to sit on it, and I don't mind him tapping out. I just think the reaction to him tapping out was so disliked to everyone because of how poor the retirement tour was. If the retirement tour was better, I don't think people really care how Cena goes out, because he puts over the biggest heel in the business. So that's my thoughts on the retirement tour as a whole. I'm intrigued to know what you guys think on it. So that's been Ben Mears TV. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and let me know what you guys think down below. Peace.